Well, let's bring in Daniel Harper, online editor for the Weekly Standard and the author of Clinton, Inc., The Audacious Rebuilding of a Political Machine. Daniel, nice to see you.
Likewise. Thanks for having me.
We've had you on a lot this morning. Well, let's start with this.
Great being here.
Let's start with this. What is going on behind the scenes right now in the Clinton campaign?
I think there's panic. Look, if Bernie Sanders loses, if Hillary Clinton pulls out a miracle and wins New Hampshire, I think this basically ends. The primary, Bernie Sanders might not drop out, but it will basically be over. But if she loses, as she's expected to do, I think there's sheer panic in the Democratic establishment, which has completely supported Hillary Clinton, gone against half of its voters to support Hillary Clinton, and given her all favors. And I think there's a sheer panic, and I think you start seeing, part of the campaign staff be fired, be let go, be changed up. You have to try something different because you have to blame it on somebody else if you're the Clintons, not yourself, even though these problems persist as they did in the last campaign, just as they are this campaign. And eventually, you have to stop blaming the staff. You have to blame the candidate.
And you mentioned a possible shakeup. Of course, Politico has reported that there might be some sort of a shakeup in her staff after we go through this next primary. Of course, she barely scraped by a lead in Iowa. What about South Carolina? What about moving on to South Carolina? She's not expecting necessarily to win in New Hampshire.
That's correct. Her theory of the race is that there's a firewall in South Carolina and in Nevada because there are states with heavier populations of minorities or non-white voters who tend to favor Hillary Clinton. That's true insofar as the polling goes now, but it doesn't factor in the momentum that Bernie Sanders would gain in a victory, or he might gain, probably will, tonight by beating Hillary Clinton. Keep in mind, Hillary Clinton won in New Hampshire last time. She exceeded expectations. Polling had her down 7, 8, 9 points going into the New Hampshire primary against Barack Obama. She won by 2.5%, 3% of the vote. That was great for her. Now it would be surprising for her to underperform now that her nomination seems even more certain than it did last time around, and there's a much smaller field. It's only her and a 74-year-old socialist from Vermont.
And then possibly one more who we'll talk about in a couple of minutes here, who might be throwing his hat in the ring to shake things up a little bit. But you wrote the book on the Clintons. What do you expect to see tonight and tomorrow?
I expect to see, blame shifting, a lot of acrimony inside the Clinton campaign, and the beginnings of a huge transformation within the Clinton campaign. If I were a staffer inside Clinton world right now, I'd be very fearful, and I'd watch my back because there's really no certainty that you're going to be employed a week from now.
Well, I guess we will see how that all shakes out. Thank you so much to Daniel Harper. Nice to see you.
Thank you.